After a week that shook up the Democratic race and produced mounting media criticism of the president and the Justice Department over the Roger Stone case, joining us now, Dave Bossie, president of Citizens United and co-chairman of President Trump's campaign in Maryland. And Dave, the media narrative this week, largely the same. President's out of control, no guardrails. He beat impeachment. Now he's firing witnesses. He's pressuring the courts. He's trying to get even with his enemies. Your reaction to that coverage?
Well, it's frustrating as somebody who supports President Trump to see the media continue this fake news barrage that they've been on. They created this fake Russia hoax. They created this impeachment hoax that he had to go through. And now they're saying because we are frustrated that these bad actors, many of them, whether it's McCabe getting off this week or others, that the president or others cannot have a voice is really a ridiculous thing. It continues this campaign that they want to shut down the president, shut down how he operates, when in fact he's been doing this for now 3 years as president, and it's been incredibly successful. His numbers are the best that they've ever been.
That is true. But if Barack Obama was under investigation and ousting witnesses and weighing in on ongoing criminal cases, you'd be sitting there and you'd be pounding the table and saying this is wrong.
Look, this is ridiculous. It's the double standard. You see Eric Holder, his attorney general, said, I'm Barack Obama's wingman. You saw Loretta Lynch meet secretly on the tarmac with Bill Clinton. You didn't see any outrage by the media. You didn't see any outrage, maybe by you, Howie, but not by the media in general. The
Clinton-Lynch meeting was extensively covered, but if that was wrong, how was it?
It wasn't that this was, look, it's the double standards is what we say. Look at the two sets of rules that this president has to deal with. It's McCabe gets off for lying to the FBI and knowingly lying.
Okay. It's the Trump Justice Department that is declining to prosecute. But let me turn you to Bill Barr, because look, the coverage
of the FBI's problem. This is part of the DOJ's inherent problem. You have 4 political prosecutors trying to go after Roger Stone on one hand. Okay, these 4 political guys, very partisan political actors.
You're calling them partisan political guys, but they're not political appointees. They're career prosecutors.
No, stop. One of them was worked in the Obama White House counsel's office. One of them worked at the State Department. One of them worked at DHS as Obama appointees. These guys are political. That's what they are.
With Bill Barr going on ABC and saying the president has to stop these tweetings about ongoing cases and sentencing, it is making it impossible to do my job. You've got to admit as a political pro that the optics are not great.
Bill Barr is a very good, a great attorney general, and he is doing a great job in managing this department. He is, I would assume, I haven't talked to him, obviously, but I assume he's very frustrated with these messages and the leaks that come out of his own department and the FBI. I hope that he continues to be that independent voice and that he makes sure that justice is done. If you look at the Stone...
So you like that on this particular point about the Twitter feed that he's standing up to the president? Is that a sign of his independence?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the president has been tweeting now for 5 years on a host of topics. It's his right to do it. It's his First Amendment right. He's the top law enforcement in the country.
Right,
so he can do that.
Right.
Let's just be clear, though. When the president tweets about it, it's the frustration that comes with it about whether it's the FBI or the prosecutors making the case. It's a judge. It's an independent federal judge that is going to be making the decision on Roger Stone. So the president wasn't tweeting about a judge. He was tweeting about the process.
Speaking of the president and his Twitter feed, which I agree is very influential, he's been tweeting about Crazy Bernie a lot. Now, admit it, you guys are happy that Joe Biden seems to be fading, certainly lost the first 2 contests, and you're dying to run against Bernie Sanders.
You know what? This president's going to take on anybody who manages to win and limps to the nomination, because this is going to be a very ugly, divisive primary campaign. We're already seeing that. It's going to go long.
Bernie as a particularly weak general election nominee.
I think that he is weak, but he has his strengths as well that cannot be overlooked. Michael Bloomberg is weak. Amy Klobuchar is a backbench senator who puts people to sleep. You know, Buttigieg is an unknown quantity. He is somebody who energizes a certain segment of the Democrat population. I will take... This president is going to dismantle whoever unfortunately wins the nomination, because he is going to run on his accomplishments, which is unbelievably extensive, a strong economy, and no Democrat's going to be able to make a case.
So just briefly, you said Bernie has his strengths. What are his strengths from your Republican point of view?
Well, look, as a
very loyal
campaign,
following.
as a campaign, he has a very strong base, and that is one thing that Bernie Sanders has. I personally will not be afraid of any of these. They're all weak in their own way. If Michael Bloomberg comes in here and buys this nomination, you're going to see the Bernie Sanders supporters be very upset. The African American community, which has done very well under President Trump, is going to be very upset.
Speaking of the former New York mayor, the president tweeting about mini Mike Bloomberg, and he's a loser. And Bloomberg coming back on Twitter. People in New York call you a carnival barking clown who has squandered a fortune. How you have somebody who's willing to punch back against the president?
No. Look, anybody can get on Twitter. Anyone can get on Twitter. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it has any impact. Michael Bloomberg's literally a joke on Twitter. We don't take any of that seriously. He wants to be seen as a big guy. It's okay. He's not a strong candidate. He has the money to purchase the ticket to the ride. He doesn't necessarily get to meet the height requirement to make the ride.
I saw what you did there. We'll see how he does on Super Tuesday. Dave Bossie, good to see you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back.